putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. I will admit I am tough on black folks. And I'm also tough on leftists in general, but I'm particularly tough on black people, black leftists. And rightfully so. It's, I have to be. It's called tough love. And in order to make these folks understand the game that's been being played, you got to use all the tactics to wake them up. They don't get it. I told you guys I had a conversation with a guy who was arguing with me about my stance, and Kevin, how can you say this? And you're hurting the race and all that. And I go, how so? Please explain it to me. And he goes on to talk to me about the angst. In fact, I told you guys I was on Steve Hilton's show, the British guy that's on the weekends on Fox. And I hear that he was shocked at what I was saying, that his look was like, what? But I heard that he went to the panel discussion with a very different idea once I talked to him. And I said, because he essentially told me that there's a reason, Kevin, that you should feel oppressed as a black man in America. And I'm going, please explain it to me. Enlighten me, man from Britain who has no experience in America being black and growing up in the 60s as I do. Explain to me the angst that I should be feeling and all the things that you're seeing from your vantage point. And he's explaining, and I go, well, you happen to be wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. Everything the guy said, I'm like, well, okay, great. So you got all these things that were against us. And explain to me this. Explain to me how Oprah Winfrey is you can say Oprah, and we all know she set the standard in talk shows, right? We talk about the number of young blacks that are highly successful, doctors, lawyers, can get in. There's no limitation. There's no school we can't get into. There's no job we can't have. Back in the day, we had the menial jobs when this country was being built. Menial jobs. The jobs we had didn't even qualify for Social Security. FDR made sure of that. They don't talk about that. I asked him, I said, I would give you your argument that blacks are oppressed if you could explain to me why the blacks vote for the oppressors. Because everything that he described, the inner city blight, doesn't exist in the country. You send a black man to small town America, give him a skill set, people won't care. He'll be a successful businessman within a couple of years. You send him to the city, he will be self-segregated into a ghetto area with no hope, no car, living on wealth. I mean, I'm just telling you, it won't be the same thing because he'll get all completely different influences. People will tell him what he can accomplish and all that. Other people, when he gets outside of that bubble, he'll be successful. And let me tell you why. Here's what will happen. You've got the elites of the city. These are Democrats. In some cases, they're black Democrats. And they will see that black man trying to rise up through the ranks. And if he has nothing, they will make sure he never has anything. Because there's already people that have. So why would I worry with you? Why do I need to build you when there's somebody that already has it? I'll take your ideas and I'll go give it to my buddy, make a few points, but I'm not going to let you succeed. Why would I? I'm already there. I'm in the elite. So the power structure that's in play says I will only let a few people in. I will hand select who's going to be it. But let's just look at the big picture of why these guys were kneeling. Because he's like, Kevin, surely you can see why these guys were kneeling. No, not at all. The statistics don't back that up. But let's say that it did. Let's play devil's advocate and say black people are being killed. You've got a Democrat machine. Well, the first thing we have to ask ourselves is, where are they being killed? Are they being killed in, population 10,000 America? Because there's blacks in all these cities. Or are they being killed in big cities? Well, we all know the crime rate in cities over 100,000 is crazy in the black community. So they're being killed in big cities. Now, name me one of these big cities that's run by Republicans. Okay, so you can't name them. Right, because it doesn't exist. So, and I told him, I said, outside of Ferguson, which by the way is a bedroom community, and it's the only city where there was a Republican mayor, Cleveland, Baltimore, Detroit, you name it, where there's all kinds of crazy amounts of violent crime, are all run by leftists. In many cases, black leftists. And I said, now, you can't find a Republican on the ticket. Why waste your time? I'm not wasting my money to run for office in a city where it's run by Democrats. Who is responsible for the police? The mayor. Who is what? A Democrat, and very well likely a black Democrat. So the very thing that these kids claim they fight against, they put into office. Now, if you want to tell me that you're oppressed and you're going to take a knee for all the people killed by cops, then I'm going to ask you, why are you voting for the people that are putting these cops on the street to kill you? It's tough it's like a drug addict, right? So a drug addict is taking a drug, and you're going, look, you're killing yourself. Man, you need to stay out of my business. But man, I had to steal from you. I had to do all these bad things. No, you don't. You're doing bad things, and you need to get off these drugs. No, man. And so they have what's called an intervention. Well, guess what? This guy, Steve Hilton, and many of these white enabling leftists, they don't want to have an intervention with black people, because the intervention would be very simple. You are voting in the very people that set the rules. So what do you want us to do? And by the way, when they set these rules, let's go back to the real issue. The real issue is you're not being oppressed. The oppression is occurring because your Democrat leaders are doing nothing for your city. They are catering to the elite. But you get nothing. You don't have jobs. You don't own businesses in your neighborhoods. You don't have safe schools. You have none of that. So you know what you do? You do what is human nature to do. You have to find an underworld, a black market, pardon the pun, in order to survive. That's why you sell drugs. That's why you prostitute. That's why you commit armed robberies and so on and so forth, chop shops and illegal DVD, illegal downloads or whatever it is, stealing movies, you name it. But it isn't because you're black. It's because of the circumstances. Yet again, Steve Hilton or any other leftist that wants to argue with me about this, who's responsible? Oh, Kevin, if the policies. Oh, okay. So let's go back into let's go back to the big picture. Who ran this country for 8 years? Barack Obama. And he had a complicit Congress, complicit leftism, media, industrial complex, you name it. He had it all. What happened? Did less black people get killed? Was there more black employment? Did schools get safer? Did people own more homes? Did black people start more businesses? Did he have fewer fathers going to prison? Did he increase the number of black fathers staying with their kids? Name any of this. Did he stop the number of black abortions and the genocide happening in the black community? What did he do that you go, well, this has really worked? So my point is this. Whether you want to go, well, Kevin, it's the bigger system that did it. You had a guy in control of the bigger system, and I'm talking about in complete control of the bigger system for almost a decade. And nothing happened. So if you want me to feel sorry for somebody, you got to tell me this person has changed their evil ways. They no longer are doing the stupid things that they were doing. They've repented. But I can't feel sorry for you if you don't repent. I can't feel sorry for you if you continue the cycle that leads to all the things you're talking about. And what are you doing? You're still taking a knee. You're taking a knee for what? You're taking a knee for being stupid? I'm sorry. I don't buy into stupid. I told you guys I'm a bigot. First class bigot. I'm a bigot against stupidity. I don't like it when people don't listen and they want to blame us for their own problems. I tell you what, black folks, there's a simple solution. Stop giving your vote to the left. Give others a shot. If you let the Republicans come in, look, they're not going to be it's not going to be a gift parade, but they'll at least give you some opportunity. Give them a shot. Stop wholesale rejection of Republicans. I told people all the time, Barack Obama could have done the world a favor if he'd said one thing. Black brothers and sisters on the left, stop criticizing your brothers and sisters on the right. Their intentions are just as good as yours. You may disagree with the tactics, but their intentions are good.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.